What's up guys, welcome back to my channel and to another update for our money goal marathon. I call this a marathon because accomplishing financial goals usually doesn't happen very quickly or overnight or anything like that. It takes time, patience, and organization to stay on top of your goals and accomplish them. So every month on my channel, I tell you guys how we did on our financial goals that we set for that month, and we have a lot of them, and that's why I created this spreadsheet that is actually available for purchase in my Etsy shop if you guys are interested and want to use it for tracking your own financial goals. The first year of our debt-free journey, which was 2020, we were only focused on paying off debt, really. We weren't working on much else besides debt and building up an emergency fund, but that was kind of like a, you know, we didn't have like a super clear strategy for the emergency fund. But for 2021, for this year, we have a lot of different financial goals. We want to contribute to retirement and we want to save for my daughter's college fund. We are making payments on multiple different debts. And so to keep track of all of that and make sure we are staying on pace to accomplish our goals by the end of the year, I put together this spreadsheet. If you are interested in purchasing it, it is an instant download to Google Sheets and it is available through the link to my Etsy shop in the video description. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. This is our annual financial tracking goal spreadsheet for 2021, and I am gonna scroll all the way over to July just because it's gonna be a little bit easier to read, but I just want to give you an overview of what it looks like so you can see every single month we enter how much we put towards our different goals, retirement and savings, debt, and then the rest gets put in the expenses category. And then down at the bottom it shows what percentage of our income is going to savings and debt. For me, I use the gross amounts. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I like to do it. So scrolling all the way over to July, you can see total gross pay for the month was $17,037. Actually, let me scroll back over just for 1 second. So this was the first month that I am not getting paid from a full-time job. I quit my job and I have a whole video about that and I will link it up at the top of this video. But this was the first month where I wasn't getting a paycheck. So it doesn't necessarily look like that because we made $17,000 gross, and February we also made $17,000. So it's not totally easy to tell that yet. August will be much clearer unless I have like an amazing month on YouTube. But it was a 3 paycheck month for my husband, so he gets paid every other week, and July just happened to be a month where he gets paid 3 times. So we had an extra paycheck in July, and so between that and my YouTube income, and I did have a decent month in July, our income doesn't look like it's that much lower, but August, you'll see even more of a dip there. Okay, so $17,000 gross pay in July. Year to date, we're at $147,000. I had adjusted our goal after I quit my job to a total of $225,000 for the year for our household income. So we are 65% of the way to that goal. And let's see, what should we be at in July? 7 divided by 12 is 58%. So we're still ahead. It will, you know, we'll get less ahead as time goes on. Next, looking at retirement and savings. So my husband's 401k, we are trying to max that out for the first time, which I'm super excited about. And because it was a 3 paycheck month, there was $2,250 that came out of all of his paychecks, and so we're at $11,250 for the year on a goal of $19,500. So that is exactly at 58%. So we're right on track with that. Next, my Roth IRA is totally maxed out. You can see it's at 100%, and our HSA has been maxed out for what we're allowed to contribute for the year. So we didn't contribute anything to those this month. And then for my daughter's 529, we put in $50. So her 529 for the year is at $1,675 on a goal of $2,500. So we're a little bit ahead of that as well. And then for our brokerage account, we contributed $855, and year to date, that brings us up to $1,005 on a goal of $2,400. So we are 42% of the way to our brokerage account goal. And then we didn't put anything in our emergency fund this month. So you can see this month we put $3,155 towards our savings and retirement goals. That brings us year to date to $28,130 on a goal of $38,600. So we're 73% of the way there to our goal for the year. Next, looking at our debt. So my husband's undergrad loan, that's paid off. For his graduate school student loan, we paid his minimum payment of $902, and that's actually going down a little bit next month because we refinanced in May, and it's taken a few months for it to like finally calculate the right payment. But for August, it'll be, I think, the payment that it's going to be for a while. But anyway, July it was $902. It's only going down by like 12 or 15 bucks or something. Year to date, we've paid $5,900 on a goal of $10,000, just over $10,000. So we're 57% of the way there, basically on target. And then for my student loan, same thing, we just paid the minimum. We've paid $12,000 to my student loan so far this year on a goal of $21,000, which is the total for the minimum payments for me. And so again, we're just like basically right on target with that one. And then for the home equity line of credit, the minimum payment is $75. And so year to date minimum payments, we've put $525 on a total of $900 that's due for minimum payments for that one. So we're right on target for that one. And then finally, extra payments this month, we paid $1,150 extra on top of the minimums. And so year to date, we've paid extra towards our debt, almost $15,000, and our goal is just over $16,000. So as you can see, we're slowing down. Like, this was a crazy month. June was an amazing month. We paid $6,000 extra, but that's because we didn't have minimum payments here. But, you know, $1,500, $2,300, $1,700. So, you know, in July, we exceeded what we had planned and budgeted for debt payments by quite a bit. And so if we have that happen more, then that'll be great. But basically, we have about like $1,200 or so more that we're planning to put extra towards debt for the rest of the year. And that's the impact of me quitting my job. And, you know, I've talked about this before, I'm so happy that it doesn't really bother me that we're having to slow down a lot with our debt payoff, because we're making amazing progress still, I think, and we are still moving much faster towards our goals than I ever thought we would be able to. Even with me quitting my job, I feel like we're making great progress, and we're making progress every single month, if not every single week, on our financial goals. So for the rest of the year, this extra debt payments will be closer to like $200, but maybe not. I think in a few months we'll be able to pull off some more, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So total for July, we paid $4,020 towards debt, and year to date we've paid just under $36,000 towards debt, and our total goal for the year is to pay $51,400. So we are at 70% of goal completed. And then finally for expenses, so this month our expenses were $9,800. $5,600 of that went towards our actual expenses, like groceries and utilities and stuff like that, and then $4,200 went to taxes. So year to date, our total expenses, including our taxes, is $83,331, and my goal is to stay under $135,000, because that would be 60% of our total income goal. And so we're 62% of the way there, so we're like a little bit ahead, and you don't want to be ahead on how much you've spent on expenses. So we're trying to keep all of our expenses under control so we can hit that benchmark as well. And then finally, the percent to savings and debt and the percent to expenses this month. So we put 42% of our gross income to savings, retirement, and debt, and then 58% to expenses, which includes taxes. So my goal is to keep this number to savings and debt at 40% or more, and this to expenses at 60% or less. And so we're able to accomplish that for this month. And then you can see year to date, it's actually a little better than that. It's 43% to savings and debt and 57% to expenses. So that is it for today's update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you like this spreadsheet and you want to get it for yourself, it's available for purchase in my Etsy shop as an instant download to Google Sheets, and that is linked in the video description. Thank you guys so much for all your support and encouragement on these videos. It's interesting because there's actually a lot of people who are concerned about not just this video, but this like plan in general, that we are putting money towards retirement and savings while we have so much debt. And I didn't talk about the specific debt total in this video because that's not what this video is about, but we have currently about $300,000 of debt, not including our mortgage. And so some people are seriously concerned about us and think we should not be putting money towards financial goals other than debt payoff. And that is a very popular method of accomplishing your financial goals, is getting all of your debt paid off besides your mortgage and then working on other goals. And if that works for you, more power to you. I love it. Go for it. But personal finance is personal, and for us, this works for us. And I'm feeling really, really happy about this. And when I see we've put $28,000 this year towards financial goals, only $2,000 of which is to an emergency fund. So $26,000 that's now invested that wasn't invested before, that makes me really happy. That makes me feel really good. I'm not upset that our debts aren't 20-something thousand dollars less. I'm really glad that we're investing in our future for ourselves while we're also paying off our debt. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there to just check in with you guys on how this is going, because we didn't put money towards investing last year, really, besides my husband's company match on his 401k. And so this is a big shift for us, and you know, over half the way through the year, I'm still really happy that we're doing this and feel really good about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.